in Cambam, I can set that up so that I can show them how to set that up so that it's a very simple operation. It's a pocket with an internal profile. It's complicated.
2 circles and all.
Double. Well, 2 circles and
Yeah.
It's more simple to do.
the graphic again, but it's roughly 1 inch to 2 on the bottom to 1.4 inch on the top. But it's off. It's slightly different size.
Okay, what do you mean slightly different size? It's not.
It's just it's not exactly that, but it's around that size.
Okay. Well,
I have the exact measurements. I'll look them up.
It should be in my office.
You,
Is that me?
yeah, you have to mute it.
All right. Hello.
There's still an echo.
I hear the voices, 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 voices. It's like a early '80s disco where right when the equipment started going bad and they didn't replace it.
What is here? Zoomed? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know either. Oh, select it.
What are you looking at?
Click on your picture. There.
You're looking at. Wow. Oh.
No. No, Frank,
Who's the person?
that picture is the Logitech camera up there. Which picture is supposed to be? And is that plugged in?
There's one right there underneath the. It's plugged in, and he goes to configure it. He can see it, but it won't show up.
Oh. Do you have the Logitech software installed? Then
It's working. You can see out of it.
you need to use that.
The
Open it. Trust me, I have a piece. There are pieces. No. Logitech webcam software. You need it or you can't control the devices. It's proprietary. It's like 100 megahertz. If you have 2 Logitech cameras programmed or plugged in, you can't control them separately. So unplug the other camera.
Unplug the other camera.
Trust it.
That one's plugged into there.
All right. Well, then what's the problem?
We don't know.
Is that the C9 phone? So the only thing plugged into that's the C9 phone. Ah. Okay. And you don't have video.
But he does if he goes to configure it.
Switch it to something else.
Is anybody else on? Nobody else on. Hey, the mouse man. How's it going? He's got a cold, so go shake his hand.
Hi, friend.
So you here? Yes.
Oh, my God.
I'm there.
Alright.
Playing around.
What hell of a whack, Frank, you're gone. Just move the camera. Find it, Jason.
Some toys. Like regular shack, they had their Arduino skills. Give them my clearance, and then they had like another 25% off. That one off all the clearance.
Oh, okay.
I picked up like a little touch screen for under $10.
It's like Troy walked in here with a handful of touch.
Yeah.
Somebody else mentioned that too. They're selling the shields for like $10.
Yeah.
Go to the one over in Washington Street. So we got
I think the one out there, by my work,
From the other state posted about that.
They're just being clearance, they actually have like a sale on all the clearance items right now, so it's like not an extra 25% off.
Cool.
So I got some place my Arduino up there, because I want to do it.
We need to get our door lock going. Working on it. I still am having an issue with the door lock, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, the serial link won't respond back until it's scanned twice, so it's like buffering the previous scan instead of displaying it on the serial link.
Are you using a physical serial port?
Yeah, that's got it.
That's the odd.
Well, that's all right. It's a COM port, and it's dev T2 T2Y and A0 on the Raspberry Pi.
Oh, on a Raspberry Pi.
Well, it's a Linux T2Y port. So it should accept whatever when you cat it should accept whatever you throw in the display, right?
No.
Okay.
It absolutely won't do that. You probably
does, but you have to scan it twice for the display.
IO controls are not set right now.
Okay, I'll try many comments if that helps.
STTY. STTY sane and then redirected into the port.
Huh?
STTY space sane SANE and then redirected into the port.
I'm not trying to transmit from the Raspberry Pi to Arduino, but I'm just trying to read from the Raspberry Pi. So,
You're trying to open the serial port on the Raspberry Pi and it's not working.
well, I can find it fine. I can cat it fine.
Okay.
And it spits out, but when I scan the card, it doesn't spit anything out. You scan it again, it'll spit out the first result. You scan a different card, it'll.
So the Arduino's not sending the right thing on the port.
I think so.
Make sure it's sending a new line.
I did. Some print ln is what I need. Line. Technically, it should have a new line character at the end of it. And it does, because I even put in an extra print ln with one space, and it gives me 2 lines. But it only does it after I scan it twice. So there's something with I don't think it's cycling through the loop correctly. I think what it's doing is it's stopping and it's going back and scanning one of the subroutines. And then when it scans the second time, it goes and finishes the loop out, prints it, and then goes and starts scanning it. Yeah. So there's something that's looping wrong. So I don't understand his code that he wrote for scanning the buttons. It's confusing as well. Yeah. So I might have to pick your brain on that. So get any ideas of how that is. I mean, the code is dramatically simplified from what it was. Because I'm doing everything over serial instead of having all these other libraries to deal with program menus and shit like that. So it shouldn't be too hard to figure out what's wrong now that I've got it all straight out. All right, are we ready yet?
Mute. We're gonna.
There. Takes a minute to press the button.
All right, let's get started. Now that I have to run off, two freaking minutes. All right.
He has an extra computer.
I have to do it this way because it's the only place I have what I prepared.
I don't know.
Sorry, Frank, for this more.
Make sure they save somewhere that's permanent, and then we'll deal with it.
Yes.
They don't have to be posted in 5 minutes. They just have to be posted soon.
And they said they usually meet by the next week.
Exactly. I had to walk back into it. Oh, so. Say, please do this. You. Oh. Hey, Greg.
Oh look, we can see Greg's nose hairs.
What business?
What's that?
We're getting started here, so we just opened up the meeting. So, old business. Congratulations, Hammer Radio license. I think that was this past month to Frank. He's now a tech no-code certified. What was that?
Certified, boy.
Yeah.
He's on the track.
Is there any update on Ham Radio license testing?
Not particularly.
Okay. Did we order any books?
I have not yet.
Okay. We need to order a couple of general class too. You get the new version.
Yeah.
I have 3.5 sections of tower that I can bring over.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Really? Sweet. That is very awesome. How long are they?
Two 10-foot sections, a top section, and a cut-off base section.
Sweet.
Yay.
I can now take down my Craigslist ad. What's the top section? Is that 10 foot too, or is that 8 foot?
It's like
It's what is it, Dave? About like 9 feet, because it.
Oh, is it? Okay. I was thinking it was real short, but yeah.
So it'll go up 30 foot then. Roughly.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a little older, so that's good. Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Is that just your personal one, or is that something you got?
Yeah. It's my personal one. It's been laying behind the barn for 10 years. I don't have a need for it. We dug it out of the weeds today.
Oh, cool.
Very good. So we can put the rotor plate back together and all that. Very cool.
Thank you very much for allowing us to use that. That'll get us going with our satellite stuff now. Yay. Now all we gotta do is resolder our loop thing.
Yeah, I'll sort that out.
I forget forgot what it's called.
Hybrid combiner.
Hybrid combiner, yeah.
I'll make a few of those. Well, now we have a 3D printer all tuned up. I'm a 3D print a bracket to hold the coax straight. So we don't have all this trying to solder, bendy coax, and it's all crazy. Well, yeah, ABS. It has to be ABS. That's, yeah, our ability to print ABS. No, all this, like, that's awesome.
Frank, well, I won't have you talk about anything you're doing, but give me a thumbs up if you're working on your dance pad at all. I didn't think so. You plan to work on it? Thumbs up, yeah. Greg, just so you're aware, Frank lost his voice, so he's actually wearing a nice little mask right now. Seen in the corner of the screen. Hearsay Social is not going to work for what we need. So there's still some discussions about how we're going to manage our all of the multitudes of social media profiles that we have. Right now it's a manual process, and will continue to be for a while until we can find something that works. Gen Con is August 14th through 17th for those who wish to attend that. I was instructed by a very connected person of the public to put in an event request in order for us to get a table there. So if somebody could do that, that'd be wonderful.
What does
It's a
that mean?
nonprofit. On their website, there's an event requests button. Usually it's for things like card games, to reserve a table for card games.
Okay.
But apparently that is, yeah, it still can be done. It's here. There's still, the button's still up on the website. Apparently that is where you also do stuff like the nonprofit thing. At least that's what he described to me.
Okay.
I have not tried that method to get a hold of anybody. Only thing I've been really trying to do is get a hold of somebody through email and tell me what to do, and that hasn't worked.
Can I just have Nathaniel promote it as a customer maker? Yeah, that's right.
Sure. I mean, Andrew can go in and hang out cards with me. So that was my alternative for this year, is just go get a ticket and hand out cards, hand out flyers, little half-page flyers. So I want to get some half-page flyers developed, preferably not with this most recent graphic, because I think it's kind of cheesy. Just something basic that tells them where we're at, what we do, et cetera, et cetera.
So don't we have an existing half-page flyer that we used for the previous booth?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have some of those already printed.
Yeah.
Nick never makes it to any of the meetings, so we're just going to have to do this without him.
Well, I mean, he's available probably any time but Friday night.
Okay. I have yet to see him here, and I've been here pretty much every night this week.
He's here all the time.
You do?
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's like every time he shows up, I show up too. So
Okay.
they tease me about that.
Okay.
Yep. He just can't, you know, he's got gigs on Friday night. So
All right. Well, I was unaware that that was the case, but I need flyers. It sucks that
we discussed it the other night, actually.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. Like, day before yesterday.
So half-page flyers, and you just cut them in half. This is what you're saying. I want to get one of those chocolates. Yeah.
Oh. Did you see what I did there?
Yeah, you put the web page on there finally, and then
Yeah, that's.
What's the whole thing on the robot?
That's the part that we need to change, really.
yeah, that's kind of
It was 20 minutes with the illustrator. So make it through something nice. We just need to illustrate it.
sure. Text is fine. I don't have any problems with it. Just clean it up a little bit, make it look pretty. So let's get something in so that we can pass things out at Gen Con. I would like to get video presence for our booth box. So we have a monitor that was just recently, or a TV that was recently donated to us. So I want to get some type of method to put that onto like a speaker stand or something, and have that as a backdrop for presentation table. That way we can just loop videos on it when we're going to conventions.
Oh, Raspberry Pi. It has HDMI light port, I think.
Yep. And that could be a nice little, we'll put it in like a little clear box, set it on top of the TV as one of the projects that we completed.
Yep.
And that's simple. Just throw the, what the heck the name of that software is they have in Raspberry Pi for media. Yeah, good name of it.
One of the images is XBMC.
XBMC. XBMC.
Is anybody hanging out with us?
Greg?
Great.
Alright.
Lost it in the hospital Friday night.
And it'd be nice if we, hook up a Wi-Fi or something. Maybe we can develop a little app that will let us see the space in real time. While people working on a Saturday at the convention or something like that. Easy to do.
Wow, you know what? That'd
Be
be
super
really
easy.
easy to do if we had like a webcam that wasn't streaming. You know,
Well, I mean,
Hey,
that's what I mean.
you just hook up the security system.
No, it
How's
was,
that happens?
I was actually thinking the pan himself.
And it's all
yeah, well, we could do both, really.
Yeah, somebody put it in there and.
Jim was watching it from.
Oh, that's right, watching that print. Yeah. All right, let's discuss the eBay auction items. So up for vote today, I think this is the only vote we have to go for today, is the Frank has been gracious enough to independently start doing eBay selling, essentially. And as a commission, we're going to give him 40% of anything sold on commission. So that is the voting measure. However, I'll go into a little more detail with him.
Thank you.
Every item that he's to sell will be put into a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet will be made public to the members. It will list the item description, the sale, the requesting sale price, the dimensions, the link, the weight, the link to. Are you going to put links in there to the sales site for us? Are you gonna do that?
Yeah, just put the item number.
Item number will work. And the actual sold price. That will keep us on track with what will be sold, and also let the members know what's for sale. If they want to bid on something or whatnot. In addition to that, there will be essentially a check and balance where I'll have to look at the spreadsheet every once in a while and approve things to be sold. What was it? Also, oh yeah, Craigslist and yeah, cash sales. So we're not just selling on eBay, it's a little bit of every type of media we can get hold of, including people walking down the hallway. That was just our small popcorn machine. That was maybe a $100 machine, $120 machine, was sold for $50.
I know.
Some guy that walking down the hallway. So.
This needs stuff.
No, okay. Yeah.
He's gonna see if he can get us a power release too.
Yeah. We mentioned something about power release. That'd be cool.
I don't think it's gonna work out.
Electric.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna show up.
So the hey, how's it going? The other thing is this will be operated as an independent business for tax reasons. So Frank, just remember that your business, you actually have to get the registrations in for an LLC so that we have a tax EIN number so that we can make sure that anything that is dealt with is official.
Frank, if you do LLC who are going to be required to collect sales tax from Indiana residents.
Yeah. That's not a big deal, but you got it's a pain in the file.
It is a big deal in that it's an extra layer of paperwork that has to be sent in quarterly.
Something.
Pardon?
Something.
Quarterly is the latest for sales tax. For sales tax receipts.
No, the answer to that is
Behind.
Monthly at first.
it's monthly at first, and then it switches to quarterly.
You don't.
It could.
Yeah,
and,
I reflex that.
You do.
Yeah, reflex working.
Okay.
It's the last day of every
And the
month.
reason why we will eventually, but not right now because of the
If you
pending
order,
nonprofit
you cannot
status.
pay.
I don't want anything to screw us up.
So, there's a hard quarterly limit. But
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
have to submit within 0 sales.
yeah,
And this,
that's the main thing.
so the reason why we're doing it kind of independent right now
Yeah, really.
is because of the nonprofit status and
What?
its pending status. It is pending right now.
Uh-huh.
If Cyberia Ltd. starts selling things, I'm worried that that might raise flags within the nonprofit filing.
No, they just have a limit.
I know they have a limit, but I'd rather not even entertain the thought. So if I can avoid it, that and it's easier for us to manage because we're not having to deal with sales tax and things like that.
Or just avoid using Craigslist and cash, which really aren't very good options either.
Yeah, I'll look for 40% on the profit.
Yeah.
The eBay sales. It's fine.
40% of the profit. Okay,
Yeah, and eBay already collects the tax for you.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
That's
The eBay fee,
every merchant.
plus the eBay fee and shipping.
Yeah.
Right, any cost that might have incurred.
Does that seem reasonable? So I bring forth the measure to do a 40-60 split of profit margin of anything sold at the club. Do I have anybody second that motion?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
All opposed? It passes.
Hey.
It's special, Frank.
What was just voted on?
Frank's 40-60 split on the sales of items at the club. He's developing a spreadsheet that we will keep track of all of the things sold as well as their prices and other details. So that will be also a check and balance on our end to track all of the things sold and how much is made, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, as long as I don't have to punch in any more numbers.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's all through him. It's independent, so we only get the proceeds of what's sold. So he has to deal with taxes and business stuff for now. That might change later. It's the way it is.
Okay. Hi, Mike Stackhouse.
Here.
All right. We created a laser cutter Kickstarter. Is that public yet? Okay, that is not public yet. Do we need a measure to? I don't think we need a measure to request funds, so we can go ahead and do that. When do we want to make that public?
What are we using for video?
Kickstarter for laser cutter. I think we need to make a video and then come up with tchotchkes to sell.
I think we should first think about the first project you want to do with it. Because that's what you need funding for, not the cutter itself.
Yeah, I mean they're changing. It changed quite a bit of the requirements for Kickstarter.
We have a new makerspace program they're pushing.
That's good.
That's
But does anybody, I mean, you still need to know what people want to use it for.
Yeah.
everything.
We need
A little more specific.
meeting.
Everything.
That's
Pretty
not
specific.
So I will
I would
forward
get one of
this
you
to
I
a
want to cut stencils, I want to cut signs, I want to cut
everything.
showing sections for robots.
So
Just
let's,
want to
in the order of expedience, let's have a separate
Everything's not good
meeting.
enough. Just give me one example.
Let's have a separate meeting to organize everything that needs to happen, and we'll work on that independently. Maybe
I don't know where
after this.
anything is here anymore. There should be a big cup on that shelf.
So Dan, I have ink pens and here, here's that paper. Sorry. You have it.
So one of the prizes could be that you'll design the stencil maybe. If it's done, donate this much to the cause. If you're already learning how to do that. What do you think about that?
We could do.
You send them their name as whatever size they want or something?
We'll talk about that later. It's the Jason.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Just to try to get things done with it. So basically, there'll be a Kickstarter committee that will be formed. Tools. Organizing is 1/3% done, thanks to Frank's kind efforts to get things going with that. We need to get pegboard hooks. Pegboard hooks. I know those can be picked up from Meyer for like $10 a box or something like that. So we'll probably just
They can be gotten from other places than class.
really okay. Or even our section at Meyer.
Yeah. Well, those places, they want like $1 or $2 a hook. You can actually get them for about a penny
Okay.
if you buy them all
Online.
online.
Okay.
There's a whole store that sells nothing but peg hooks, oddly enough, and they're real cheap.
We're still talking about tools?
Yeah.
I'd like to know if possible we can buy a drill or batteries. There's a battery situation over there, and it's like getting to the point where there's no drill to use.
That would be a good thing to spend some more money on.
Yeah, so I want to save their money from. I don't know.
Well, the
I don't know
financial
if
report was coming up.
Yeah.
It didn't look too good this month. We had some issues with a member who is requesting $150 back for the past 3 months of dues. So that's going to take a hit this month as far as it's kind of income goes. So not only we're minus $50, we're going to spend $150 back to them. So that's $200 out of our pocket, which is $200 of the $245 average income we're given per month.
Well, worst case, we wait.
I just wanted to throw it out there. It's not to be too late.
It's a past member who's never shown up, who signed up, and we're not sure exactly why it happened, but she never came.
I've seen her here before, but it's been a very, very long time.
It's been a long time. So we don't have a way to fight it because the paperwork that was signed wasn't signed by any one of the board members. It was signed by another club member. So we don't have any way to fight it, essentially.
When you sign up a new member, who sends them the paperwork? So I send them all to people that sign up through PayPal. But I know we have some new ones that have paid somebody in cash and become members. So.
What's this issue one more time?
Say it a little louder.
When somebody signs up to be a member via cash or credit card in person, who gives them their paperwork and signs them in and stuff? Do that all. Like
Piero has all the paperwork right now. So I've been giving them to Piero, and then he scans them in.
okay. I was just wondering if everyone was getting like the info packets and the paper stuff.
They should, every person that, unless I'm wrong, Piero, every person that we have so far as a member, has signed the packet, correct?
Yeah, there's 2 pages in there that they signed both of those pages.
Okay.
There's like a membership agreement, and then there's a liability waiver.
Right. So I think this one was one of those that happened in between the handoffs, and it got dropped, or just didn't get verified in the process. So it's lesson learned, and unfortunately, we just have to refund it. So any members will have to double check and make sure that we get all the paperwork signed and processed the proper way, so that if there is a refute or a request for refund, we can find it.
Are you talking about this Tim Olson fellow?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I just checked that too. You know, those chargebacks cost us.
they cost us how?
They cost us because PayPal charges a fee for every chargeback that we get and that we accept. It's $20 per chargeback.
So that's $60 in addition to that.
So it's $150 plus $60,
Exactly.
minus 50 more for the person that's no longer paying every month.
Well, I mean, that's just a little bit of lost revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not aware of the $20 extra.
You know, I wasn't either until I looked at the statement when they processed them through, and I saw the extra fee tacked on there by PayPal, and I thought, what the hell?
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, make sure when signing people up that they're gonna, you know, do their own payment plan rather than stick it to their ex-wife or whatever. But with that being said, we are net positive on members for the month.
That's good. Did you get a membership list out?
Yep, it's there on the drive. I mean the Dropbox.
Do you have that available, or can you give us a number or account that we have?
I can put it on the screen if you want, but it's there in Dropbox as a PDF document right now.
Great. I just don't have access to my Dropbox because I'm on the club's computer right now.
Let me go here to, hold on a second.
I was just curious what the change was from last month to this month.
Well, yeah, so I wrote those down. So what we have is well, okay. Is Austin there?
Yes.
Mr. Austin, what can you say about your dad?
He still plans on continuing to be a member.
Okay, because I saw his payment was rescinded or suspended, so I didn't know if he was going to leave or pay a different method or whatever.
Okay. I'll talk to him about it.
Okay. So we lost.
Somebody's credit card expires or something.
That could be. Hold on a second here. All right. I'm going to try and do this desktop share thing again here.
Okay. Worked pretty well last time.
This one. All right, can you see that?
No.
Oh, well, it says.
Oh, there it goes. Just popped up. Took it a second. Okay. So this is the full list that we have.
Yeah, this is current as of today. So we okay. I'll highlight. So Kevin Arbuckle is questionable. He's got to go cash payment now. He used to be on the recurring payment plan, but there's some issue there.
Okay.
So we lost Margot Filippi, of course. We went through that. We also lost Mohammed Al-Tumari.
Okay.
So he just canceled out. Then we gained, last month, we gained Andrew Rittenhouse right here. We gained Nathan Swafford. Where is he? Somewhere in here. I don't have all his details scanned in yet.
Okay.
Then Ethan Skinner joined us also here. Oops.
He's been coming pretty regularly.
Yeah, well, Ethan and Elliot both joined us.
Excellent.
We got a new guy named Scott Stoner. And we got Teal. Those two fellas there.
Okay.
And Mike Stackhouse is back with us.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
we lost 4 and we picked up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The thing
The
is,
thing is, he was there last month.
I haven't seen up there.
Who?
Stoner.
What's in this
Nathaniel
spot?
Stoner.
It's under Scott. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these aren't alphabetical. Sorry.
This basically.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why he calls himself Nathaniel. That's a little
Oh,
confusing. But that's cool. Excellent. So we're net positive, which actually will help us come next month, hopefully.
Yeah, we just got to get everybody, signed up on the payment plan and, do the recurring thing.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for that report.
no problem.
We'll talk about the popcorn popper location later. It's really not relevant to the meeting, but we do have a newish popcorn popper. It needs refurbishing, but for the most part, it's all there and working. Just a matter of severely cleaning. We're going to have another Archer cleaning services. They are closing shop, I guess. And they're requesting some assistance on moving equipment Saturday and Sunday.
Yep. Start at 10 a.m. I was told.
1 p.m. on Saturday and 11 a.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
According to
Start
Frank.
at 10, so.
This is news to me, by the way, so I don't know anything about it up until.
Yep, they're closing. They're bringing us a bunch of stuff.
I knew they were closing, but I didn't know I didn't know they needed help. So that'd be cool if we could assist them in any way. We're going to get a couple of wooden cabinets, I guess, of some sort. I have my reservations about where we're going to put them. I wouldn't leave it here. I know Frank has a plan for them, so I'll go from there.
yeah, I'll bring that tomorrow. I don't have it.
I remember that.
Ages?
Yeah.
We have the original tank gauges from when we moved into the building that are sitting up against the bench over here that Frank is wondering if we should sell or use or reconvert or light them on fire. So I'm under the impression that all of them have toxic chemicals that have been piped through them at one point.
I'll look through the chemicals, and Greg would probably have a better idea, but I mean, it's just stuff like MEK and things like that that probably evaporated over time.
True.
So there's nothing particularly toxic.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any problem selling them if we can get money out of them. I don't think we really have a purpose for using them. I mean, they were kind of steampunkish, but at the
I
same
think they're
time,
more of a movie prop type item at this point, really. They're
yeah, they're like a prop item. They're really not very useful. But if we can get a few bucks out of them, sell them.
Yeah.
If anything, they'll go to somebody and scrap. They're aluminum, so.
the fittings or any indication the oxygen getting in there is destroyed.
Okay.
I'm sure they're trash.
Room across the hall, $1,000 a month plus 5% in the electricity of the building, minus 3 end rooms and bathroom. What does that mean?
I can explain it better.
All right.
So there's an office with a bathroom,
Yes.
and then there's a couple more rooms back there.
Yes.
So he's rented those out to somebody else.
Those are the ones we wanted.
I know. So Yeah, $1,000 for everything he's not rented, basically.
Well, if we're not getting the bathroom, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
And we don't have the money to pay for it anyway.
$500.
Sure, short-term goal after the laser cut, right? I can say that might be reasonable. But, I mean, again, we need members to be able to afford it. Now, I know of at least 2 other people that are trying to find rooms for small offices. So that could be a way of us subsidizing the costs. But at the same time, we're introducing risk anytime we come up with a solution like that, because at any time they can skip out and stop paying.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to have enough funds available to cover costs for
It's
certain
not really a
months.
risk though if we do month to month.
Yeah, I mean, there's that option, is just make it so we can get out of there on a moment's notice.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, most of what we need is a clean space to roll some of this equipment into.
Sure.
For now.
Did this $1,000 a month include the glass, the double glass doors, that area?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all except for the area by the back door, as far as I understand.
Yeah, the bathroom kills me because we absolutely need to have a way to start doing t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, apparently he's fixed the roof and the ceiling and all that in there, too.
Yes, yes. We should talk him down on price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
that's
Yeah, because I mean, he was wanting $1,000 for that to begin with when it was destroyed. And we're not getting the parts that were destroyed. I mean, we're actually getting less than what
You know, we're getting less than what we
for
were
last year.
originally asking for. Let's talk to him a little more. I mean, I need to figure out, since we can't have the handful of rooms that we really wanted to have anyway, that kind of kills it for me.
Yeah.
But,
save that money for moving or projects or whatever.
We'll leave once it's empty long enough.
it still has 4 other rooms in that area. Yeah, we can talk to him more about it. Maybe he can get the person that took the bathroom room to move over to a different room.
Yeah, right.
You know, there's a reason why he took that room. Sure.
That's because of the bathroom.
Yeah. Is he living in there?
Okay.
Oh, no, of course not.
All right. Well, maybe we can offer him more money and take it out. I think we gotta have it. We'll talk more about that with committee. We'll have to have another building committee meeting pretty soon anyway. But right now, I can't authorize it for this month. It's not the funds available to do it. That's all you had on that sheet. So. Sell 3D print items to members to increase rating.
On eBay.
Oh, eBay rating. Yes, we need to increase our eBay rating so that we can get a good enough return on and be able to get a store. Okay. I'd be up for something for buying a $10 tchotchke or $5 tchotchke just to increase our rating. I'm up for that.
Actually, what I was suggesting was we 3D print a few items that people want, and they pay for the they pay for the item through eBay.
Sure.
Through the eBay store, you can make that an auction or a specific item on auction for that.
Yeah, so you can't do buy it now yet.
Yes, you can.
You can? Okay. I thought you had an issue with that. Okay.
So we could just, print a few things, and there's people there with local pickup, and boom, boom, boom. You've hit 10 or more in just a day with doing that.
Yeah, 7 to 10 items. I don't know, $15 a piece, something like that. Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the people just need to make sure that the members that buy stuff need to make sure they're giving positive feedback.
Right.
Either that or we use eBay to break out the screwdrivers.
You can make shirts and sell them on there.
Yes, but I have. In order to create the screen prints for shirts, we have to be able to have a sink and a power washer. We can't figure out a way to do that. I mean, we could get it probably done in the bathrooms down there, but it's gonna be a mess.
There is a little tiny room for like $100 a month that used to be a shower.
Yeah, but they blocked off all the.
Block all the drains in it.
It's all tore out. We don't.
But still, it's only, they're still active behind the wall, they just put up a false wall in front of them.
It's a good point, true, because it's butted up against both bathrooms. So there's 3 walls that are touching a bathroom.
So everything is still intact behind that false wall.
And it's completely tile
So you just have to provide
At least the last house is there.
that might not be a bad idea. To have more space, just have a different
It's
separate
pretty big
studio.
space, too.
Yeah.
This is
It's a 2-room. I've been in that one. Last I checked, though, it was rented out. I guess they left already.
I don't know. It's worth
check
checking
it out
out.
and take a look at.
People, they come and go.
Yeah, let's look into that and see if there's anything to do there. Because we can't afford $1,000. It's been the sticking issue with all this space across the hall for a while now. But it's getting to the point where we're going to be able to handle one of the smaller rooms, especially if it's one that we can get water and drain to. Sewer to. Yeah. Let's see, reminder. Visitors, reading tours every first Saturday. We have an open house, so I just had a huge tour come through of retired guests from a local retirement community. They were very, very. They thought it was a really cool space after they started going through and looking at everything. There was an initial put off of the clutter and various things around, but as soon as they got accustomed to the space, they started asking tons of questions. They thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It's one of those things that first impressions do mean a lot, and when we don't have very clean space, it's a put-off, and we have to be there to basically switch that first impression around. So any guests that we have come in, we need to have somebody there ready to take them through a tour and make them feel at home. I think that will make a big difference.
Tomorrow.
Huh?
So what about tomorrow? First open house. What, next
That was
open
last
house?
week.
That was actually last week. First Saturday was last week.
Right. Okay.
But we'll probably have some people come in tomorrow too. We tend to have some people come in randomly here and there. We also had the textiles guy. That was pretty cool. We came in and talked for hours and hours and hours about cool textiles and doing embroidery work and things like that.
He also needs help listing his things online.
Yes.
If you were interested in taking out these forward.
Yes, if you're interested in doing stuff like that, the only issue that he has is you have to keep those textiles clean while you're trying to sell them. So, yeah. It's sometimes difficult in this particular area. A little bit. Any communications from IUPUI?
No, they were here last week.
And what's the report on that?
They're building a makerspace in Heron Art School. Right after we just opened to students in like certain hours. they handed it to ours. We did invite us to theirs. It's still in the planning phase right now.
My knowledge of that makerspace, from what I understand, it's for their students only.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an in-house makerspace, not necessarily a public one. To be a student at a school would be able to.
They were especially interested in developing a relationship of us going out there or hosting an open house, or if there's students that are alumni or about to graduate, so they know, hey, you don't have this place to go do anymore, it's a place you can go to.
That was pretty cool thing. They came in and talked to us about. That's pretty cool. We have a current Burning Man project that is being done. For those that don't know, there is a bookshelf thing that they're building over here.
Bookshelf
Pretty
thing?
cool.
What's a bookshelf thing? It's a library.
It's a library. Sorry. It's basically a mini bookshelf that's being taken out to the
Mini
desert.
library.
Mini library and bookshelves taken out to the desert. It's gonna be great. It's awesome. I think it's good.
One of those lights has to be fixed.
Yeah, we'll have to fix the light because we messed that up. So I just have to adjust the height of it. We already did treasurer's report.
She needs stencils though to finish it.
Did you want to give any report on financials, Piero, other than what you've uploaded?
I thought that was a standard part of every meeting.
Yep. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it myself, so.
Yeah. Hold on a second here.
Okay. I'm also tempted to start putting those out and publishing them here, so the members have an idea of where we're at. What is the group's opinion on that?
Group's opinion to do what now?
Print out those reports and put them on a pegboard somewhere here in the club.
You want? Well, I mean, they are. I post them on the internal discussion forum on the web page. If anybody wants to look at them.
You're right. I forgot about that. That's fine enough. I don't think we need to really put them up for public use, for public view. It's more for our members than anything.
Can everybody see that?
Yep.
So this is last month, what we did in July.
Okay.
So here's all of our.
This does not include the $150 though, or $210 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it does actually. I accounted for that on July 29th.
Oh, so that is part of this. So that's already been accounted for. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah. So there's everything. It's pretty much standard and just like every other month.
It's a little difficult to read. Is there a way you can make the screen a little bigger?
Let me try and do this here.
That's better.
Oops. Hold on a second. Can you see the middle of it or the sides or what?
Yeah, just go down.
Just maximize that window, the text window.
No, it's fine. Just go down.
That's fine, right there. Yeah. There. That's perfect.
Okay, so we took in $1,250.
Yep.
Paid out $800 and a handful of dollars on operating expenses here. Standard type of stuff. Not a whole lot.
Okay. Where's the $100 or $200 and some dollars of expense for? That's not on this.
It's like anti-revenue.
Well, that
Oh, this is.
Yeah,
remember, that came back out of this here.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. So we could break it out by member if we wanted to, but I just kind of.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know that expense came out of the membership dues instead of a separate line item. Okay.
So I'm going to open one more here. see.
So we netted out at $240 last month.
Yeah.
I know the month before we made a little bit extra because we had the refund, or the money that came in from the Circle City Con, which was very beneficial.
And there's a grant that we got too.
Yeah. All right, here's our, let's see. You see that?
Yep.
So that's what it looks like in the PNC checking account right now.
Okay.
What's it say?
$4,346.
Yay.
And
that money should be our operating reserve and should not be spent.
Absolutely. For the most part.
That money should be our operating reserve and should not be spent.
yeah, it's nice to have a cushion after all these years.
It is 3 months rent, plus utilities and stuff.
Any other questions?
Is the average wooden feet of a Lincoln small?
Oh.
No, just in smart ass comments.
Yes, exactly.
Afford a drill.
Okay.
Second promotion.
We can afford a $100 drill out of that.
So I'll put those on the forum pages after this.
I want to standardize on Ryobi because they're cheap and they last quite a while. So we could probably do like one of those tool packages, possibly. I wouldn't mind doing like the hammer drill combo or something. We'll talk about it. I'll have to approve it next month.
So the last piece of info is that I have actual cold hard $400 of cash that has been pledged to a laser cutter.
Yay.
I also have that amount as well. Or is that my amount?
Well, I don't have that from you, so it doesn't officially count yet.
Okay, well, it's there. I will put that money to it. In addition to the 400 he has.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
he's
that
already
reminds me. I have one more question.
Sure.
So the whole affair with Mr. Nick Risha. Did you end up giving him his membership dues back?
You. Mike. His name is Mike, not Nick.
Oh, Mike, not Nick. Yeah, that actually did not happen the way I thought it was going to happen. Troy paid the $50 for him, essentially. So he is technically still a member
Oh, okay.
for this month.
So that means you still owe me money.
Yes, I still owe you money.
Why don't you give the money back to Troy then?
I tried to. He didn't want it. He didn't want me to return it to him.
No.
So I will
guess
pay
I'm
you
not
another
trying to
$50 on top of that. So he is technically still a member. I apologize for not letting you know that.
Okay.
That was a very difficult scenario that we went through. For those that don't know, we had a gentleman, I would say about a year ago in the winter. He lost his home and was homeless for a while. So he stayed here for a short time and then got extremely sick. Was hospitalized, was on ventilation system and all that stuff. And then shortly after that, came here for a few more days and then moved out to Colorado. He came back this last couple of weeks, and it was very clear when he came back from his hospital stay that he could not stay here, period. So we let him stay here for a few days until he could get a place in Colorado or move with his sister, or something to that effect. And it was then clear also that he was not to return and stay here again. He tried to come back and stay here for a short time last week. He only stayed one night, but we were very adamant in making sure that he didn't stay another night. So it was a difficult thing to do, but it's summertime. There's plenty of places in the summer to go. Had to be done. Is there any questions about that?
No, I think it was handled very well, and I'm sure everybody.
He now has a job too, by the way. Frank.
The hotel is not part of our charter.
Yeah. We do not allow people to stay here and sleep here, with the exception of working on a project that keeps you up to the point where you can no longer drive safely. Then, okay, crash on the couch for a few hours and run home. But living here and not bathing and having issues like that, don't do it. So, just to be clear about that, that was what you're going to deal with. Any other questions? Okay. Arduino class. Hey, I'm trying to make you a little bit of money. Eventually. We'll do it so you can make some money off it. So we're hoping to do another Arduino class just to get that out on the calendar. We'll arrange that here within the next month or so. Let's plan 3 weeks out. Get it on the calendar. Hopefully make you a few bucks out of it too.
Hey, I've got a guy who wants to teach also.
Okay.
You remember I talked to you about that Metal Shop 101 fellow?
Yes, absolutely. We'd love to have him here. I didn't get his contact info, though, did I?
I've got all his contact info. If we can trade it privately.
Can you send it over to info at Club Cyberia?
Sure.
Okay.
So we're going back and forth right now, proposing sort of what the class will look like and the format of it, and the duration and how long, how many hours of like a Saturday or whatever. But we don't have anything put together that has been reviewed by any of the other members who might be participating in this. So I kind of wanted to run it by anybody who was interested in taking welding class, a lathe, or a mill class from this fellow.
Sure.
Okay.
Do we want to do a survey, or do you want to just do this?
Well, I was thinking maybe just we could post a discussion in on our forum there and have anybody who's interested participate.
Okay. I would say
There's a poll in the forum.
yes. There's polls in the forum, so we can set that up. I would say let's do that. We also have to at least do some proactive reach out to our members to let them know that it exists. So maybe an email list of some sort to our membership.
Okay. To just the members or to the community at large?
Well, that would be the community at large, wouldn't it?
Well, the reason I'm asking is because he wants to keep the class very small because he wants to be able to give one-on-one instruction to everybody there.
Okay.
So he's thinking like maybe 6 people to start with.
Well, let's do a small-scale class, and then we'll have a sign-up that will max out at that time, and we'll just do another cycle that they're following.
Okay.
So when it's sold out, it's sold out.
So we haven't agreed on a price for the classes either. I kind of floated out the figure of $30 per member, but we didn't really settle on what that was going to be covering.
Okay. Now the $30 is to him. Is that his charge? Is that his fee?
Well, when I read so this is how I found him. He had posted an ad on Craigslist wanting to give private instruction to people with all these skills. He's apparently a very skilled welder. He has lots of certifications, MIGs and TIGs and Cummins engine, Volvo and GM and all this other kind of stuff. So he's got like 30 years experience, and he's a young fellow though, but he's been welding since high school. With that said, so in his Craigslist ad, he was asking for $30 per hour, one-on-one instruction.
Okay.
So I thought maybe if we get a class group of 6 together and charge everybody $30, and maybe the class is like lasting for 3 hours, perhaps on a Saturday, I don't know if that's within the range of what members would expect to pay for such a thing, but then he tossed out the idea that it would be better perhaps if he did like 3 Saturdays in a row, you know, so you can have part A, part B, and part C, where you get a little bit of homework assignment in between classes, that you have to complete the assignment on the machines, and then you bring them back the next class, and he measures them and you know, says, gives you a grade, and you know, a little bit kind of formal approach to it.
I like that.
So I didn't know how many members would be willing to commit to 3 Saturdays in a row like that. I know, you know, everybody's got busy schedules and, you know, trips and all that kind of stuff, so I don't know whether we want to try and keep with a 1 Saturday only format or spread it out over, you know, several weeks.
Is there a way we could do it Sundays?
He was open to Sundays too.
That would work better. Saturdays are always busy here, and knowing that it would be a little bit of a hindrance to what goes on here normally on Saturdays. Bumping into everybody, bumping into people, having, you know, bits of metal flying around the mills and welding.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you know, if you got a tour group that you're bringing through, and there's a class in progress, and there's a bunch of people working the machines and everything, it kind of gives a buzz to the place, you know.
That is true. I don't think we're going to be able to do it, though, to be honest. I think Sundays are best bet on that. Because if we do it on a Saturday, I don't want people welding over there and not being able to see after walking through the area. So.
Yeah, we don't really have. We need the welding.
We need the welding canopy thing that blocks the UV light out, but we don't have that right now. And they're expensive as hell. Frank brought up the point of doing scheduling a tour on a Sunday during that session for people that want to come to the space and see what classes are about, and just, you know, let them not participate in class, but just kind of do a walkthrough during the class.
Yeah.
How that would go, but it's an option.
Okay.
Yes, I'm all for that. I highly encourage that. I like it a lot. I wish. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Oh. Take over.
Sorry, what was that, Frank?
I am Groove.
Would you like to try a piece of Japanese?
No, thank you. But it speaks Japanese. So it's actually Rokukani.
All right. I want to get some fan in here to hear this.
So what do you guys think? Can members do a 3-week class?
Now we're not talking $30 each week for 3 weeks, right?
That's what I don't know.
$30 for 3 weeks worth, because I can't come up with $100 for 1 month easily this time of year. School just started. I have a lot of expenses, or actually I should say, my daughter has a lot of expenses that I have to pay for.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if he did 3 Saturdays in a row, he'd want, like, you know, to be paid for each one of them.
Somebody help increase teachers, must teach it people in small class sizes.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to talk to him. Is what Frank says.
I think we need to talk to him and figure out pricing and whatnot of what he's going to charge. Once we've ironed that out, we can put it up on the website and get people involved. I would say that let's have a minimum number of 5, the max is 6. Whereas if we want to do 3, a minimum number of 3. So if we don't get 3 people that sign up, class doesn't exist. And then
Okay.
6. So,
All right. Well, yeah, I'll engage him a little bit more, and I'll start a topic post on it on the forum on the website.
Okay.
Hey, you're on camera.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hello.
He is willing to do one-on-ones, yes. So we can put his services out there as a one-on-one type thing. Frank has a section on the website already for doing this type of thing. So he'll need to sign up on the website and we'll have to get him assigned to the permissions to allow him to manage the classes.
Okay.
We've tried to do this recently with Ed Chu, and sadly he doesn't have a clue as to how to work the website.
Yeah, I mean, how does a teacher, can I give you their information and have you put it in for them if they are the case? Because I would never sign up to teach classes that were right on the web form. That's just me. Sure, most people won't. They find it convenient. It didn't work for that.
Yeah, no, he didn't respond. He called me. And
Yeah,
when
no, this guy is extremely responsive. He gets back to me right away on everything that I've asked him.
That sounds great.
So I just ignored him from that one. I mean, Ed, if you're not willing to do something like call people, can't help you. So he wanted to do a VP class. What else do I have?
So what would you want to start with? Let me just ask that. Welding, lathe, or mill?
Milling.
Milling?
Seems to be the most popular.
Yeah, mill and lathe for me. Welding obviously later.
I would actually say mill first, then welding, then lathe.
I agree.
We really don't have a good we don't really have anybody that's looking at doing any lathe work.
Yeah, who doesn't know how to operate it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not that good. If you got the milling done, you know.
I do wish our lathes. I wish I could put my rotors in there. It's a big one. No way I could turn my rotors.
Bigger lathe.
Yeah, a lot bigger.
Okay.
I have machines just for that. Turning the lathes. All right, security committee. I brought in a couple extra cameras for that. So I want to put one of them upstairs and one of them down the hall. Probably this one upstairs, pointed at the security system.
Are those analog or IP?
Or wherever. Huh?
Are those analog or IP cameras?
Analog.
Is there anywhere in this place I can work on a project and not worry about people staring at my underwear? Like that. Cameras everywhere.
Actually, I don't believe that they
You
can
know
see.
what I'm doing?
They can't see inside the classroom right now. They can't see the area back over there by the door.
And they probably
But I do
able to see
recommend
this.
if you're going to be down to your underwear to do it in the back.
No, I mean, no.
I'm just saying.
No.
I know what you mean. When you're bent over working on stuff.
Yeah. Only worried about if there's actually people here, but.
I'd be more worried about there not being cameras and being alone here.
Yeah, pretty much all the time. So. You never know who's on the web server. And one in the parking lot, absolutely.
Yeah.
These are supposed to be outdoor cameras. They don't really work too well outdoors.
They are
I think
outdoor
they pretty much
cameras.
suck.
They are outdoor cameras, but you have to buy an enclosure to put on that side. There's no outdoor enclosure.
No, these are actually outdoor.
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of.
Except there's an enclosure.
Except they suck.
Makes it waterproof.
No, their enclosure is the camera, but they suck. They don't transmit the IR signals far enough to be visible. That's been sitting outside all winter. That's why there's lots of things.
Oh. That's the hallway camera?
No. This is one I had at home.
Oh.
I had it on my front porch pointed at the street. And
took it off because I thought there was a camera issue, and then I put it in my office, and now I'm just going to bring it here. Couldn't find out it wasn't a camera issue, it was a DDR issue with the system. Mostly me just not understanding how to work the system. So that's the security update. We're still working on the new key card system. Try to have something going in the next couple weeks if I can. I am going to be on the road a lot in the coming month, so I'm not sure when I'll have time to work on it. Maybe I'll bring it with me on the road and work on my hotel room or something. 3D scanner. How's that going, Andy?
3D scanner's up and running. I mean, I've used it at the what was that? The hacker convention.
Circle City Con.
Circle City Con.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We used it there, scanned in a few people. Nobody did anything with it, but it's still not easy to use. But I figure if we're going to do a table at Gen Con, I'm going to have my computer and the scanner there so that we can scan people in costume.
Okay.
Sure. And we'll see how that works. It would be good if we're going to scan people to have a turntable for people to stand on. Yeah, I wanted to do the chair. We could just do a bust. But if we're going to do a full body scanner.
Slow.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be
Basically,
slow
like a
rotating.
slow rotating turntable.
It's
and then
yeah,
maybe
slow
like a
rotating so
pole.
people don't fall off. But
Well, we should have a pole on it so that they have something to hang on to.
yeah, but it can actually rotate about once. 30 seconds to do a complete revolution is enough. Is slow enough. It can act.
So we'll have to work on that and figure
Yeah,
out
it can
how we
actually
can
do
do
15 degrees per second.
it. Simi CNC, sadly James is online, so don't know did anybody hear anything back from him on Simi CNC and discounts and stuff?
Yeah. He posted on Facebook.
I don't remember what he said. Still talking? Okay. So they're still talking about doing something there. Referral system. We need to iron that out a little more, but we're going to try to start doing a referral system where people can get months off or something like that if they refer something. Or at least money off, some type of benefit for referrals. And we're always looking. We're now looking also for corporate sponsors. So if anybody has a company that's in the area that wants to sponsor us,
Speaking of which,
sure.
Coming up on the 6th of September is the FTC kickoff.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could do the same thing that we did last year, where we had everybody last year. And Tristan and I, we were talking to Unicorns about putting something set up for that day where we could possibly have a shared revenue kind of thing.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be able to turn it into a longer term kind of thing. I was talking to my dad about it. We might be able to get them we could have them offer discounts. Like if you're affiliated with Club Cyberia, you get a certain discount when you buy a sandwich from that one. And then a certain percentage of that purchase comes back to Club Cyberia.
That'd be cool.
The date is September 6th. So, yeah. And that's the first Saturday of the month. So I know we're going to have a lot of people coming in anyway, because that's the open house day, right?
Well, it's actually kind of good, really.
I noticed the robot was not in the box, by the way.
Is it back there now? Okay. I wanted to show the guys that were in the retirement community last weekend, and open up the box and it's empty. It's like, oh.
It was probably still out for demonstration.
Yeah. Oops. That's okay though. Already, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. So the 6th of September, I'm all open for that. That sounds awesome. Yes. And Jimmy John's. Yeah. So. Yeah. Just let me know the progress on that. Let me know how that works out. So they're doing the kickoff. We're doing the projection thing like we did last year, right? Mm-hmm. Do we know the students that will be attending and everything?
For sure. I know the same people as last year.
Okay.
We've had a bunch of interest from some of the younger kids.
Okay.
About 12 or 13. And I heard a couple things from them, so we might have 5 or 6 extra families come.
Okay.
So that should, we should
so we should have probably about 30 people.
Yeah. And then
figure out our AC situation. Lights. It's still when it's off. Still 30 people is quite a bit. Yeah. We'll figure it out. If we have to roll the other AC in here, it's possible. You need to figure out a way to do venting in here too. This thing's that shop area back here. Yeah. Yes, stands. Yes, we need to get the motor upstairs running. Yes, I need 3-phase power. Blah blah blah. So my yeah. It's we'll talk later. Devin wants to build an interactive human-sized robot. Have you heard anything else about that?
He's been just trying to get interest. He wants to see who is interested. He likes the idea of that as a club project, a general project that he would lead and just direct, and people with other skills would come in and build it.
I like the idea. I wouldn't mind moving forward with it if there's something to move forward on.
It's a matter of finding enough people who are interested to actually put an idea together. I've been throwing little robot ideas at him.
Okay.
Personally, a small robot's complicated enough.
I have somebody from my group that's looking at doing robots again. He did some NASA work for rover projects 8 to 10 years ago.
Okay.
And submitted something for DARPA research funding and got a bunch of money off of it for a grant when he and his daughter were working on stuff. Well, his daughter is now in the Navy, lieutenant in the Navy, so she's off doing her thing, and now he's bored. So he's wanting to be another robot. So I'm going to try to get him in here and see if he's interested in doing something like that. I can probably put you in contact with him if you want to talk in more detail on it, or maybe get those
Sure.
together.
Go ahead and send me the contact, and I'll get Kevin in on it.
Okay.
Read a PDF.
So I think that's all I have in my minutes. So any other new business to be discussed? Where's Frank? Yeah.
That was it for Frank's new business. He wrote a list of it, so.
Yeah, I did see. So I think we're done. Anything else from you guys? Heroes are about, huh? Yes. Yeah, they go. All right. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, alrighty.
Save age.
Put in something about this on Cyberia with the next newsletter thing. Because I
Yeah,
don't
can
know
you
if
hit the
and,
red button over there? I'll take the mouse
that's sent
in
out
front of you.
to at least all 3 locations of the 3.
Which
Is that again?
That
Okay.
fire tip stuff, the HR lady